What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're doing something a little different. Normally when I make these videos, they are specifically designed for mental health, but today I want to try something a little different, and if you guys enjoy this, we'll do more of these. But today we're talking about an old video that creeped up on YouTube again, that whenever I see it, it kind of leaves me shocked and disturbed, and I wanted to sit down and just chat and give you my perspective on the whole situation. So anyways, some of you may remember this video from literally 9 years ago, almost 10 years old, and I'm going to play the video, but beforehand I'm going to warn you that this may be triggering for some people. If you want, skip ahead about probably 40 seconds and you'll be fine. But anyways, here's the video.
Let's go. Let's go. Next one. Let's go, next one. Let's go.
No.
Excuse you? Pick up the fucking sledgehammer and smash it.
But it's not my fault.
Now.
It's not my fault.
Okay.
It's my teacher's fault.
Let's go. Let's go, Jason.
I can't.
Do it. Do it or I do it.
I can't.
Do it or I'm gonna do it.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yep, you're gonna do it right now.
I can't.
Let's go.
I can't do it.
You're gonna do it right now, Jason. Let's go.
I can't do it.
I'm tired of waiting.
I can't.
Let's go, Jason.
I can't do it.
Pick up the fucking hammer and do it.
So I can remember when this video first came out, once again 9 years ago, and it's still as shocking to me as it was the first time I saw it. So anyways, as you gathered, in this video, the father is forcing his son to smash his own Xbox 360 and his Xbox One. And this video riled a lot of people the wrong way, not only just because of the act. The act itself is forcing his son to smash his own Xboxes, but he's also filming it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. But basically, so the dad told his son, you have 3 weeks to improve your grades. If they do not improve, you're going to smash your own Xboxes. So presumably the son did not get his grades up, and the dad made him smash his Xboxes in the front yard. Now, here's the thing. I am not a parent. I never will be. I don't want to be a parent. But here's the thing. You're not just filming a punishment. Because that's the thing that I think that some parents think when they do this kind of shit, is that they are just filming the punishment. You're not. You're adding a whole nother layer when you take what you find to be a good parenting method and flip it on its fucking head when you force your child to do it in front of a camera. Now, I don't approve of the punishment either way. I think that just taking the Xbox is a more effective strategy. I don't think smashing it over shitty grades in middle school is the solution. But when you film it and post it online yourself, when you do that, it's not just your friends or family that are seeing it. It's the child's friend. It's the whole fucking school. See, the thing is that 30 years ago at this point, if you did this, nobody would know. If you decided to take your son in the front yard and force him to smash his N64 because of his shitty math grade, nobody would know. Nobody would know that you made them do this. But when you film it and post it online, you are adding a whole new element. You are not only embarrassing the child, you're now creating an environment that is considered fucking traumatic. And it is, man. When something like this embarrassing happens to you on the internet, you can't just run away from it. This is not an adult that is living an adult life. This is a child that has to live with the fact that most of his friends at this point have seen this video. And this video is 9 years ago. And here I am still fucking talking about it. Because every once in a while, for some reason, it pops up on my page. And every single time that I see it, I feel more and more fucking disturbed the older that I get. I'm thankfully not somebody that dealt with much bullying or harassment in school, but I know people that did. And a video like this genuinely adds fuel to the fire. You're not teaching a child anything by doing this. You're actually causing resentment and hatred is what you actually did. Funny enough. Like, that's not some fucking weird idea that I brought up on my own. That's something that literally happens. And this was a big thing around this era of the internet, where there were videos of parents smashing children's electronics or parents making their own children smash their electronics. Now, there's plenty of fake ones. There are plenty of fake ones. You know, the classic examples like McJuggernuggets that was faking it for a web series. But there are other examples like this one that are real. And clearly, were not made as a sort of entertainment value for children. And unfortunately, this isn't like the only example of shit like this happening on the internet. A major one that happened a couple years ago was the Daddy-O5 situation. That man destroyed his kids' electronics. That man abuses kids on camera, right? And it just proves that the cycle fucking repeats, man. When parents do this kind of shit, you are not just impacting the child. And it's ironic enough because I thought that we were taught over 2 decades ago at this point that the internet lasts forever. And that what you post online will be there forever for anybody to see. And that you can't just decide, I don't want that there anymore. That's not an option. That's never been an option. But for some reason, there are still examples of parents deciding that they are going to punish or post something about their child that they can't take back. Because once again, it was not your child's choice. You are making a decision for your child by yourself without thinking about themselves. And especially for this father in his generation, he did not grow up with the internet. And what's really interesting is that my generation and millennials, younger millennials, are really the only generations that are truly going to be the first examples of what happens when a generation is exposed from birth until their death to the internet. There's a joke in there about sort of being raised by the internet, of course. You know, you have people like JPEG Mafia saying that and shit like that. But I think also is the impact that these internet videos have. And it's so ironic to me is that it's not happening by a millennial. It's happening by somebody that presumably is much older than me or a millennial. And he thinks that he's doing something by proving to the world that he's punishing his son. If that's really what you wanted to do, man, good on fucking you. I hope that you're happy 9 years later that over 3 million people have seen this video on this copy alone. There's more copies out there. Over 3 million people have seen a father harass his child in a front yard. And not to even mention, is the punish justified? Because here's the thing. The child mentions that it's not his fault. Now let's be real here. He probably didn't fucking do the work, right? Let's pretend though. Let's pretend in this scenario that this isn't an involved father. And that might be the case, unfortunately. I'm going to get into that in a second. But this may not be a father that's involved. This may be a child that is more neglected and feels like he isn't getting help at home and that he doesn't know what he's fucking doing. Some children are not able to succeed on their own. Sometimes they need more assistance from their parents. They need help with that homework. And also, 3 weeks is not a ton of time to get your grades up. In a lot of cases, these grades are tough to get up. And I think if there was an effort made by the child, there should be different consequences or a conversation to be had. What shouldn't be the solution is that I'm going to film my child smashing his own electronics in our front yard. What the fuck are you thinking? What does this prove? Really, I'm always shocked when this video goes trending again, or it pops up on my feed. Like, it genuinely shocks me every time. And I just have to stop and, like, fucking ask myself, like, what are we thinking? And that's the unfortunate part, too, is that we don't really know much about this father. And the unfortunate part is that in a lot of cases, sometimes the child isn't getting the help that they need at home. Sometimes the father may just be fucking sitting there telling the kid he needs to get his grades up while he's fucking hammered, man. And we don't know. We don't know, and there is no way of knowing. We have no clue what help this child was given, and we have no clue what the guidelines were. And to me, it doesn't matter, right? Because some people will talk about how, oh, wait, well, you know, he may be getting help, and that means that the father isn't the right. No, that doesn't mean that at all. That doesn't mean that the father gets to traumatically traumatize his child for all of his friends and all of his classmates to see on the internet. Because guess what? Like we talked about, that's going to be there forever. And it's never going to leave. And unfortunately now, this child gets to live with it. He's still living with it. And I bet it fucking eats away at him. I bet it genuinely does. Because the thing is that clearly this kid is a gamer, right? Of course. But when you take away these things, man, you take away somebody's passion. You're not. Imagine if you fucking snapped an artist's brush, right? It's the same fucking thing. And forcing them to do it themselves. And berating and yelling at the child, swearing at the child, without giving us the full context of what's going on. And either way, I think that it's wrong and that it should probably be fucking illegal for this shit to happen. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about this video because it popped up in my feed again. And every time that I see it, it kind of freaks me out and I always want to discuss it. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like. Also, join our Discord. There's also a link to buy W Energy. You can use our code Sigma934 for 10% off of your order. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of your day, and peace.